you trying to get better at XDefiant, but no matter what you do, you just keep on sucking? Don't worry, I got you covered. There's a lot of people out there in exactly the same shoes as you. And believe it or not, there's actually some reasons why you are in this position. But if you want to know what those reasons are, I need you to give this video a like. Let's get it to 300 likes today. All right, guys, my name is Buckeye, and welcome to XDefiant Guides. All right, if you are one of these players out here who is having a hard time getting adjusted to XDefiant, guess what? You're not alone. There's definitely a lot of you out there, and I'll tell you what, I've got some reasons why you are sucking every single time you play this game so far. Oh my God. Let's start things off with the first reason why you're having a hard time getting adjusted, why you're kind of sucking at XDefiant so far. This guy's shotgun is freaking nuts. Anyways, the first reason why you suck at XDefiant so far is because you haven't adapted to the different feel that XDefiant has. Believe it or not, guys, actually, this game definitely has a bit of a different feel. It's got a lot of things that make it a little bit different than what you might be used to if you're coming from a game like Call of Duty or something like that. People often talk about the quote-unquote feel of XDefiant, and it's hard to quantify, but it really is a thing that is different about this game versus others. One of those big things is actually the fact that the game feels a little bit more clunky than something like Call of Duty in its modern day age. It's certainly not as smooth. When you're running around the map, it's a little bit more clunky, you know, your movement is a little bit more jarring, it's not so smooth, you can't just, you know, very easily glide over things. Especially when you're mantling onto something, you kind of almost run into it. Honestly, it's kind of funny to watch. But it takes a little bit to mentally get adjusted to. The muscle memory that you have coming from other games definitely takes its toll. You gotta keep this in mind when you hop into XDefiant, that it's not gonna play the same way that Call of Duty does for you. Now, another reason why this game is probably giving you some hard time adjusting to it is the fact that there's such a limited amount of aim assist in this game. It does not have the same amount of aim assist as some other major multiplayer shooters out there. And you have to remember that when you're playing through this game, is it's not gonna be as sticky as some other games. You have to be on top of your aim. Now, it's not to say there's no aim assist, because there definitely is aim assist in the game, don't get me wrong, but it's just not as strong as some other games out there. Bro, I have been running out of ammo so much in this match because, oh my God, we are destroying. Also, when considering the movement in this game, you guys gotta remember, there is slide jumping, a little bunny hop action that you get in this game. But yeah, it is actually a bit different than some other games out there. You know, Call of Duty's way of slide jumping is a little bit different than XDefiant's. But really, this is a very fast game, so if you're not slide jumping around the map, you are 100% doing this game wrong. That match was insanity, bro. 24-7. It's definitely hard, I will say, to do the slide jumping if you don't have a control. Oh my God, please. If you don't have a controller that has paddles or something along those lines, it's definitely a little harder to do the slide jumping naturally, just, you know, not having as much real estate with your ability to press the buttons on the controller. But if you put the time in and you really try it out and you try to get familiar and comfortable with it, it is a huge thing that makes a game-changing difference to the way that you play XDefiant. Now, with the jumping in mind, another huge thing that is different about XDefiant's movement is actually air strafing. This is a huge part of the game, actually. It's super important, and if you can master it, you will absolutely unlock some better play from yourself. When you jump in this game, you can actually change directions based off of where you're going. It doesn't have to maintain the same momentum that you were going, which is a bit different than some other games out there. And especially in a game mode here like Hot Shot, especially if you become the Hot Shot and you start running around like an absolute crazy man, it's a big time thing, bro. It's a big time thing. Now, what's going to deter you from playing well in this game, and maybe a reason why you suck at XDefiant right now, is actually if you have a poor loadout. So actually, if you're brand new to this game and you're just now jumping in and you're just playing through the first little bit of the game, you haven't unlocked anything, you don't have all the attachments on the guns, your loadout makes a big difference in XDefiant. Believe it or not, the attachments in this game actually do have a very large difference on the way that your weapon interacts within the game. So don't sleep on leveling up your guns and adding the correct attachments to your loadout. Something with SMGs in mind you really want to do is have high mobility but low recoil builds. So every time you add a new attachment to your weapon, you want to look at it from that perspective. How can you have a build that will give you lots of movement but little recoil? Now that might sound like a super basic thing to say, but it really does make a huge difference in this game. With the amount that you run around in this game, you need to have low recoil, but high mobility. Especially in a mode like Hotshot, as you see. You run around like you're on ice skates, bro, so you gotta have the low recoil so you can control your weapon, but also run around like you're crazy. Like that guy right there just got me from doing an air strafe around the corner. A little slide jump, and then a change direction midair. Watch this, ready? Phew, look at that. Super important. Now, this is something that you will get the feel for as you continue to play the game and level up your guns and unlock new attachments, but just don't skip on doing that. It is super important in this game to make sure that you do unlock the attachments and try and put together your builds as good for your playstyle as it possibly can. Now, the third and final reason why you might suck at XDefiant is something that you don't want to hear me say, but I'm gonna say it anyways because it's very important and very applicable. You might just suck at the game. I mean that half jokingly, but also half serious at the same time. This game does not have skill-based matchmaking, which means that when you play people in this game, it is entirely random and based on the ping getting you into the game. Ping is king, which means you're not in a protected bracket based off the skill rating that the game applies to you. It is 100% based around literally how was your connection into the match, which means that sometimes you're gonna get in a good and easy match and sometimes you're not. But what determines if a match is easy for you or not is whether or not you are a good player. Quite frankly, guys, there are a lot of people out there that have been thinking that they're a good player when it comes to FPS games, but they're actually not. And they're getting exposed when they jump into XDefiant and they're like, wow, why is everybody so much better than me in this game? Why is this game so hard to play? Well, it really comes down to that. Maybe you're just not that good. Now, as I talk about this, I'm kind of getting flamed in this game right now, but you know, it just happens how it happens. So here's the reality of it. If you are in fact not very good at XDefiant, here's the best thing you can do. Get better. But how do you get better, you say? Well, you play the game. But that truly is probably the biggest reason why people suck at XDefiant, is they have an expectation that they're good at COD, so therefore they're gonna be good at XDefiant. That's not necessarily the case. And once you guys realize that, you'll be on the road to success. Polar opposite games right there. All right, how did I do? Oh, still went 31 and 24. Now, with all of that being said, you might suck at XDefiant right now, and that is okay. Because let's face it, the game is brand new. It came out a week ago, guys. It's all right to not be good at XDefiant. And quite frankly, these are 3 reasons why you might be sucking at the game right now, but it doesn't mean you'll be that bad forever. Keep at it. Keep playing the game. Adapt to the different feel that XDefiant has. Make sure you're working on your loadouts and making them built better for your play style, and also maybe getting a better understanding that maybe you do have to just get better at the game. Instead of having the perspective of, oh, this game is just bad and hurting me because I should be better, maybe just try and focus on playing better each and every game and learning something to get better at the game. Let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about your play so far as the game has been out for a little bit over a week? Are you as good as you thought you were, or do you have some work to do? Like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to this channel for more XDefiant videos just like this every single week. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And by the way, I survived the X delay of 2023.